Krakuz Exercise. Instructions. Read and listen along the text. Pay attention to the following: images, stress, bold letters, and cognate highlighted words. Answer easy questions for comprehension, learn, and enjoy. Dandapani, how the mind works. Begin by understanding how the mind works. There are two things we need to understand: awareness and the mind. Let's define what they are. Let's define awareness as a glowing ball of light. So imagine an orb, a glowing ball of lights that can float around the mind. Let's call that awareness and put that aside. Now let's define the mind. Let's define the mind as a vast space with many different areas. One area of the mind is angry, hatred, happiness, a whole bunch of different things. Your awareness, the ball of light, can actually move to any area of the mind you want it to go to. How can we define awareness? Awareness can be defined as an orb, a glowing ball of light. How can we define the mind? We can define the mind as a vast space with different areas. So if your awareness, this glowing ball of light of the mind, lights up that particular area of the mind and you become conscious of being happy. Are you happy? No. You're in an area of the mind called happiness. If this ball of light goes to the angry area, it lights up the particular area. Are you angry? No. You're in the area of the mind called anger. And by using your willpower and your powers of concentration, you will actually move your awareness, this ball of light, to any area of the mind you want it to go to. And here is the most important part where your awareness goes. That's where the energy is flowing. So if your awareness goes to the angry area of the mind, your energy is flowing. It's actually strengthening the particular area of the mind. Where can we move our awareness? We can move our awareness to any part of the mind. This happens all days. All day we allow people and things around us to dictate where our awareness goes in our mind. And because they dictate where our awareness goes, that's where our energy flows. And where our energy flows is what manifests in our lives. So really the goal in life is not really to control your mind, but rather to control where your awareness is going within your mind. So don't control your mind. Control where your awareness goes within your mind. How do we do that? We learn the fine art of concentration. First, let's define what concentration is. I define concentration as the ability to keep our awareness on one thing for an extended period of time. Being able to do that allows me to concentrate. Where does our energy go? Our energy goes where our awareness goes. How can we control where our awareness goes? We can control where our awareness goes with the fine art of concentration. Most people can't concentrate for two reasons. First, they have never been taught how to concentrate. Second is, they never practice concentration. How many of you had classes on concentration every single day the same way you had classes on math and science? I traveled all around the world and I asked this question and nobody put their hands up. How many of you, when you were growing up in school, were told to concentrate? Isn't that amazing? You get told to concentrate, but you never get taught how to do it. When I'm growing up, I was told to concentrate all the time. What are the two reasons people can't concentrate? First, they have never been taught how to concentrate. Second is, they never practice concentration. Concentrate on doing your homework. Concentrate on eating your food. Anybody want to show me how to do? How many of you tell your kids to concentrate? Have you ever showed them how to? No, right? And then if you don't show them how to concentrate, how would they know how to do it? And if you want to be good at something, you have to practice it. If you want to be really good at concentration, you need to practice it all days. People are good at distraction because that's what they practice all day long. It's not that they have the ability to concentrate. They have just practiced distraction and became really, really good at it. So how do we concentrate? How can you be a good concentration? If you want to be really good at concentration, You need to practice it all days. We concentrate by practicing doing one thing at a time and integrating this practice into our everyday life. So for me, I look at an average day and I ask myself, what a reoccurring event in my life. Every day I speak with my spouse. Every time I speak with my spouse, I give her my undivided attention. I keep my awareness on her. If it drifts away, I bring it back. If it drifts away, I'll bring it back. I keep my awareness on her. I give her my undivided attention. Now every day I also speak to my clients. I speak to my clients, friends, family. Every time I speak with somebody, I give them my undivided attention. If I'm on the phone, I give the person on the phone my undivided attention. I practice doing one thing at a time. By the end of the day, I thought maybe 6 to 8 hours of practicing concentration. 6 months later, I become really good at concentration. 12 months later, I become really good at concentration. What can we concentrate? We concentrate by practicing doing one thing at a time and integrating this practice into our everyday life. The best way to become good at something is to take a tool and insert it into a reoccurring event in your life. And this is the best way to become good at something rather to create another practice in your life. Just take a tool and insert it into a reoccurring event in your life. So your homework is to give someone or whatever you are doing your undivided attention. Pick one person in your life for the next 1 month that you will give your undivided attention to. Every time you speak to that person, stay completely focused on them. Keep your awareness on them. Give that person your undivided attention, and you need to practice and build incremental steps. What's your homework? So your homework is to give someone or whatever you are doing your undivided attention. The other thing you need to develop is willpower. Everybody's born with various levels of willpower, but one thing we never get taught actually develop willpower. Willpower is like a muscle. Call it a mental bicep. If I could draw biceps around my mind, they will be my willpower. There are 3 ways to develop willpower. 1 is to finish what you begin. 2, finish well beyond your expectations. 3, do a little bit more than you think you are able to do. All of these 3 ways require effort, and that effort is willpower, right? So how I develop willpower? I take these 3 methods and I apply it to things that reoccur in my life. Willpower. Willpower is like a muscle. Call it a mental bicep. What are 3 ways to develop willpower? 1 is to finish what you begin. 2, finish well beyond your expectations. 3, to do a little bit more than you think you are able to do. What's something that reoccurs in my life every day? Every day I sleep. What a great opportunity to develop willpower. Before I go to sleep, I floss and I brush my teeth. When I wake up in the morning, I finish the process of sleep. How do I finish the process of sleep? I make the bed every day. Every day I wake up, every morning I make the bed. What's something else I do every day? Every day I have breakfast. If I have time to make breakfast, I have time to eat breakfast. Then I have time to do breakfast, dish, and put it away. So I finish the process that I began. And I bring this into everything that I do. Then throughout the day, I develop willpower. The more I practice, the better I get. How do I finish the process of sleep? I make the bed every day. How do I finish the process of having breakfast? I do the breakfast dish and put it away. Now I have tremendous amount of willpower. After 6 months, I develop a lot of willpower. Every time my awareness drifts away, I use that mental muscle of willpower to bring my awareness. Then I use the powers of concentration that I've developed to hold my awareness on what I'm focused on. And because of my focusing on that, where my awareness goes, energy flows, and now my energy is flowing towards what I want. And that starts to manifest in my life. That's why it is so important, firstly, to understand there's a separation between awareness and the mind. 2 completely things. You control where your awareness goes, where your energy is flowing, and you control what's manifesting in your life. and you use your powers of concentration and your willpower to hold your awareness in the priorities of your life. What can I do if my awareness drifts away? Every time my awareness drifts away, I use the mental muscle of willpower to bring my awareness. What do you control? You control where your awareness goes, where your energy is flowing, and you control what's manifesting in your life. The next thing we want to do is to learn to manage energy in our life. This is based on the premise we only have so much energy each day. We have a finite amount of energy each day. Each day we have this much energy. We take our energy and we invest it into people and things around us. We keep investing until we have no more energy left. We get exhausted. We go to sleep, our energy builds up again. We go out the next day and we invest our energy into people and things, so we have no more energy. How much energy do we have each day? We have a finite amount of energy each day. How do we invest our energy? We invest it into people and things around us. But the one thing most people don't do is we never evaluate who and what we are investing our energy in. So I always tell people to treat energy the same way you treat money. It's a finite resource that needs to be wisely managed, wisely relocated, and wisely invested. No matter how rich you are, you only have so much money, right? And before you spend money, most of us think and evaluate what we're investing our money in. If somebody asked us for $5,000 or $30,000 to invest into a startup or a company, we would ask questions. Who just hand them $30,000? We would ask, what is your plan with it? What are you going to do with this money? What's my return on my investment? What is one thing most people don't do? One thing most people don't do is we never evaluate who and what we are investing our energy in. Because it's a finite resource, we do the same thing with energy before we invest energy into someone or something. Why don't we evaluate if that person or that thing is deserving our energy? If you only have this much energy, in fact, 10% of my energy, and I give it to John, that's 10% I would have given to my spouse, my business, the things and people that I love. Remember the law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed from one thing to another. So I can create energy. If I give 10% to John, I want to know if he's going to do something good with it, because this is going to squander. I'd rather take it and give it to people and things that I love. What is energy? It's a finite resource. What is thermodynamics law? Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed from one thing to another. So why is it important to manage energy? For me, the greatest impetus for managing energy is death. Death is the greatest impetus for me to manage energy. I realize that life is finite, that I only have one life, and because my life is finite, I want to be extremely clear where to focus my energy. There's no point learning to concentrate if you don't know what to concentrate on. So along with learning concentration, it is important to also learn what is to focus on. So why is it important to manage energy? For me, the greatest impetus for managing energy is death. How's life? I realize that life is finite, that I only have one life, and because my life is finite, I want to be extremely clear to focus my energy. So what I would recommend as homework is to be clear what your purpose is in life. One way to do this is to spend 5 minutes each morning reflecting on what your purpose of life is. Get to know yourself. Most people are happy to spend time with other people and things, but very few people make time to spend time with themselves. When you wake up in the morning, take a shower. Go to a quiet place in your house. Sit down and ask yourself questions about you. What do you want in life? What's my purpose in life? Why am I here? What do I love? What am I passionate about? What is your homework? I would recommend as homework to be clear what your purpose in life is. How can you do this? When you wake up in the morning, take a shower, go to a quiet place in your house, sit down and ask yourself questions about you. What do you want in life? What's my purpose in life? Why am I here? What do I love? What am I passionate about? How many people can say, this is my purpose in life? Very, very few people. Once you are clear with your purpose, you know what to concentrate on, and you know what to direct your finite amount of energy towards. In order to do that, I need to spend time with myself each day to find out who and what's important in my life. Take that finite amount of energy, divide it each day, focus into those things that starts to manifest in my life. The byproduct of that is happiness. What can you know what to concentrate on? Once you are clear with your purpose, what's the byproduct of doing all these things? The byproduct of that is happiness.